This weekend sees the release of one of the most anticipated movies of the year, Oppenheimer, starring Emily Blunt and Cillian Murphy. Coming though, because we talked about this, didn't we, about the ongoing Hollywood strike and the fact that they were at the premiere and they all had to sort of walk off the premiere. They still had it. The movie's still out there, but they can't really promote it.
Yeah, it was quite unusual. So the premiere was last week on the black carpet and all the stars walked out halfway through, as you've said, in support of the strikes, and the strikes are still on. So the cast of the movie, including Emily Blunt and Matt Damon, they're all still on strike, so much so that the premiere in New York had to be cancelled, and so they just put a screening on instead.
Oh, OK.
No one knows when the strikes are going to end, and actually it could even affect awards season, and Oppenheimer is really tipped for the top when it comes to awards season. It is an absolutely amazing film. I said this to you last week. I mean, it's 3 hours long, but don't let that put you off. Okay. It is just really edge-of-your-seat stuff. I was really lucky to see it, and then I caught up with Emily Blunt to talk about it. What an incredible film. I was literally on the edge of my seat. Didn't go to the toilet once, which is quite a
in big... 3 hours.
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't want to miss anything.
I know, you don't want to.
So take me back to when you get the phone call from Christopher Nolan. What is that like?
It sort of blows your hair back because you're just so thrilled. It's almost intimidating going to a meeting like that with Chris Nolan, and he's groundbreaking. You know you're going to be a part of something rare, so it's a joy. And
you play Kitty at Oppenheimer. What's that like to play a role like that?
She's clearly a complicated woman with a lot of demons. And I really needed to kind of get into a certain headspace to be her at times. I mean, she has all kinds of flaws, but she was exciting. She was like a non-conformist for the 1950s, like refused to contort herself into this sort of ideal of a 1950s housewife.
What was it like working with Cillian again?
I love him and love working with him, and I would adore working with him again. He's really transporting. I mean, he's so wonderful to do a scene with, and we're pals, and I think that did help because I think we're playing this rather tumultuous marriage together, and it helped that we were familiar.
When the cameras stopped rolling, what was it like off set? I mean, you're obviously hanging out with an amazing cast.
The best cast, yeah, like the who's who. It was like every day. They're like, oh my God, Gary Oldman's in, and then Kenneth Branagh's in. It was ridiculous and wonderful. We started off in New Mexico, and we were shooting in the middle of the desert there, where they built Los Alamos. And we all stayed in this little hotel in the middle of nowhere with one restaurant. And it was very bonding. It was lovely. I don't remember the last time that happened. Usually everyone's going back to their houses, and you don't get that time, you know, that camaraderie. And we would all sit and eat sort of New Mexican food every night. So many enchiladas, apart from Cillian, who was just sort of nibbling on a celery stick in his room. You know, he had much more to uphold and had to lose a considerable amount of weight to play him. And
Matt Damon's obviously in the film. You're good friends with him, and he's a neighbour as well.
I know. I can't get away. No, I love him.
What's he like as a neighbour? Does he bang on the wall saying, "Keep the noise down"?
Matt, no. No, Matt loves a party. I only see him in his slippers. I rarely see him in regular clothes.
Robert Downey Jr., he posted a picture that the internet went wild for, with him and some of the cast. Yeah. Your husband's photobombing in the background.
I know, and he didn't even want to, and Robert was like, come on, it's going to go viral. Like, he knew.
And everyone's like, is he a cameo? I mean, I was looking very closely. He's not in it, is he?
He's not in it. I think someone sent a picture where John's face was the actual bomb. He is not in it. He clearly has a bone to pick with Nolan, because I think he's one of the only actors who isn't in this film.
Life must be quite crazy for you and John, at how you're busy all the time. Do you get time to chill, and do you watch any reality TV?
Love The Voice. Great British Bake Off, although that John doesn't watch that, but I'm perfectly happy to watch it alone. Any kind of cooking show. Stanley Tucci's Searching for Italy.
Well, I was going to ask if you go on date nights, because obviously Stanley and your sister Felicity were at Harry Styles' concert recently, and everyone... Yes, did you not see? Everyone was watching it on social. They were dancing away.
Bopping away, of course they were.
Do you like Harry Styles?
Love. Who doesn't? He's so divine. He's fab.
So Oppenheimer is out on the 21st of July, along with a certain Pink film.
Yeah.
And it seems that every 15 years we're sort of asked to make a choice between two amazing films.
You don't have to.
No, you don't, but you can watch them both. I'm going to take you back to 1978 and see what you would choose between Jaws 2 and Grease.
I feel like I'm betraying someone because Jaws is my favourite film, but Grease.
1993 you're in now.
Okay.
Hocus Pocus or Free Willy?
Oh my God, I loved Free Willy so much.
So it's free,
Yeah.
really. Okay, this one might be tricky. 2008, Mamma Mia or Dark Knight?
Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Come on. I love you, Meryl, but it's Dark Knight.
Well, listen, congratulations on the film.
Thank
It
you.
is amazing.
Thank
Intense, absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Emily.